Take a slow breath before you go any further, because this reading carries a truth that may land deeper than you expect. Someone you once opened your heart to is standing at a crossroads right now, looking back at you with a mixture of regret, longing, and quiet realization. They are finally seeing the connection for what it truly was. Not something they owned, not something they could pause and return to at will, but something living, powerful, and rare. Here on Sophia, messages don't come to entertain you. They come to awaken what you already feel but may have been avoiding. As this energy unfolds, the Judgment, the Two of Cups, and the Queen of Wands appear together, and their presence is impossible to ignore. Judgment speaks of a past knocking on the door, of someone feeling the weight of their choices and understanding that silence did not erase what was real. The Two of Cups reveals that the bond between you was never one-sided. It was mutual, emotional, and deeply mirrored, even if it was left unfinished. And the Queen of Wands stands firmly in the center of it all, radiating confidence, self-worth, and an undeniable inner fire. This is where the power shifts, because this queen does not chase, beg, or wait to be chosen. She knows who she is. There is a strong pull in this reading, a magnetic tension that feels both familiar and new. Yes, they want another chance, but what they don't fully understand yet is that the timeline has changed. You have changed. You are no longer standing where they left you. You are standing in your truth, aware of your value, aware of your influence, and aware that love does not survive on regret alone. As this reading begins, allow yourself to feel the quiet strength rising within you. Because the cards are clear, the desire may be theirs, but the power now rests in your hands. When Judgment, the Two of Cups, and the Queen of Wands come together in a love reading about someone wanting another chance, they don't arrive gently. They arrive with truth, tension, and a powerful shift in energy. This combination tells a story that is deeply emotional, karmic, and transformative. It is not about begging love, chasing love, or wondering where you stand anymore. It is about realization, mutual recognition, and personal power. Together, these cards reveal a connection that was real, meaningful, and unfinished, but also one that has fundamentally changed because you have changed. Judgment opens the door first, and it does so with a reckoning. This card shows that the past has reached a point where it can no longer be ignored. Someone is waking up to the full weight of their choices, their silence, and the moments where they failed to step up. They are seeing clearly now, not through nostalgia, but through accountability. Judgment brings the energy of now or never, a realization that what was lost may not be easily recovered. This person understands that the chance they let slip was not ordinary, and that awareness weighs heavily on them. At the same time, Judgment confirms that you have already done your own inner work. You faced the truth, healed the wounds, and rose into clarity. That is why this reunion energy feels unbalanced, not because love is gone, but because power has shifted. Then the Two of Cups steps in and reveals why this awakening is happening at all. This card confirms that the connection between you was mutual and sincere. It was not imagined, exaggerated, or one-sided. There was genuine emotional alignment, a sense of being seen and met on equal ground. The Two of Cups shows that what you shared was real love, the kind built on emotional recognition, not illusion. This is why the pull still exists. This is why the bond feels unfinished. They are not returning out of habit. They are returning because they finally understand the depth of what was exchanged and what was lost. However, the Two of Cups does not promise reconciliation on its own. Instead, it asks an important question. Can mutual love still exist in the present, not just in memory? Because while the love was equal once, it must now be earned again. This card emphasizes balance, and balance can no longer exist if one person gives while the other hesitates. The emotional mirror has shifted, and the universe will not allow a repeat of unequal effort. This is where the Queen of Wands enters, and everything changes. She represents you in your current energy, confident, self-aware, magnetic, and firmly rooted in self-worth. This is not the version of you that waited, hoped, or doubted your value. This is the version of you that knows exactly what you bring to the table and is no longer afraid to walk away from anything that does not honor it. The Queen of Wands does not demand love, she attracts it naturally. And that is precisely why they are drawn back now. Together, these three cards tell a powerful story. Judgment shows their awakening. The Two of Cups shows the real love that once existed. And the Queen of Wands shows why the final decision is no longer in their hands. They may want another chance, but they are approaching someone who has outgrown the old dynamic. Someone who is no longer impressed by words alone. Someone who values consistency, emotional presence, and action. This combination also reveals a deep karmic lesson. This connection came into your life to teach you your worth through contrast. It showed you what love feels like, and what love should never require you to tolerate. Now, as the cycle reaches completion, the universe places you at the center of the choice. Not as someone waiting to be chosen, but as someone deciding what deserves space in their life. Emotionally, this is a moment of empowerment. You can feel the love without surrendering control. You can listen without reopening old wounds. You can observe without stepping back into the past. The Queen of Wands allows compassion without self-betrayal. Judgment ensures truth without illusion. And the Two of Cups reminds you that love, when it returns, must meet you where you stand now, not where you once were. The combined message is clear and unapologetic. Yes, they want another chance. Yes, the love was real, but the power has shifted for a reason. This moment is not about whether they choose you. It is about whether you choose a version of love that aligns with your growth, your strength, and your future. And whatever you decide next will not be driven by fear or longing, but by self-respect and clarity. This is not an ending, and it is not necessarily a reunion. It is a turning point, a moment where the past stands at the door, the heart remembers what was shared, and the soul decides what it will no longer settle for. And in this moment, guided by judgment, honored by the Two of Cups, and embodied through the Queen of Wands, one truth stands above all others. You are no longer powerless in love. You are the one holding the fire, the balance, and the final say. When the Queen of Wands steps into this reading, she does so with confidence that cannot be questioned and a presence that cannot be ignored. This card represents you, not who you were when this connection first began, but who you have become through everything you endured. The Queen of Wands does not ask for permission, validation, or reassurance. She knows her worth because she earned it through growth, self-respect, and inner fire. And this is exactly why the power now rests in your hands. This card reveals why they are drawn back to you now. Your energy has changed. You are no longer trying to be understood or chosen. You are standing fully in yourself, radiant and grounded. The Queen of Wands carries a magnetic confidence that pulls others in without effort. They feel this shift, even from a distance. They sense that you are no longer emotionally available in the same way, and that realization stirs both admiration and fear. They are not just missing you, they are recognizing the version of you they underestimated. The Queen of Wands also speaks of boundaries. Unlike the past, where you may have given endlessly, this version of you knows when to say yes and when to walk away. You are warm, loving, and open, but only with those who respect your space and value your presence. This card shows that if they want another chance, they cannot approach you with the same energy as before. The Queen does not tolerate inconsistency, excuses, or emotional confusion. She expects clarity, action, and honesty. Emotionally, this card reflects self-trust. You are no longer questioning your intuition or second-guessing what you feel. You know when something aligns with your heart and when it doesn't. This inner certainty is what truly shifts the dynamic. The Queen of Wands does not need to prove anything. She observes, feels, and decides. And that calm authority is what places you in control of the situation. There is also a message here about attraction. The Queen of Wands is deeply desired, not because she tries to be, but because she is unapologetically herself. Your confidence, independence, and emotional maturity are what make them want to return. But the card is clear. Desire alone is not enough. You are no longer impressed by words or promises. You are attentive to consistency, effort, and emotional presence. Spiritually, the Queen of Wands represents alignment. You are stepping into a phase where your energy attracts experiences that match your self-worth. You are no longer meant to chase love or convince someone to choose you. Love that is meant for you will recognize you without struggle. This card reassures you that whether this person returns or not, you are moving towards something that honors your strength, not tests it. The Queen of Wands also reminds you that you are allowed to enjoy being desired without giving access. You can listen without committing. You can feel without surrendering your power. This is a lesson in discernment, knowing that attention does not equal intention, and that true effort reveals itself over time. In the context of this topic, the Queen of Wands delivers a powerful truth. They may want another chance, but you are no longer waiting for one. You are standing in your life, your energy, and your purpose. If they return, it will be because they are ready to meet you where you stand, not where you once were. And if they cannot, you will walk forward without hesitation, knowing that you did not lose anything by choosing yourself. The Queen of Wands ends this message with certainty. You are not losing control. You are embodying it. The fire within you is steady, confident, and self-directed. And that is why, no matter what they choose to do, the power will remain exactly where it belongs, with you. When the Two of Cups comes forward in this reading, it speaks directly to the heart of what once existed between you and this person, and what still lingers beneath the surface. This card reveals that the connection was never accidental, shallow, or one-sided. There was genuine emotional reciprocity here, a feeling of being seen, chosen, and met on a soul level. Even if circumstances, timing, or fear interfered, the bond itself was real. The Two of Cups confirms that both of you felt it, even if only one of you had the courage to honor it at the time. This card shows that they are now recognizing the emotional equality they once overlooked. They see that you did not love from a place of need, but from sincerity. You offered partnership, not dependency. And only now do they understand that losing you meant losing someone who met them heart to heart, not halfway. The Two of Cups reflects their realization that the love they walked away from was rare, the kind of connection that doesn't repeat easily. The Two of Cups also reveals why they want another chance. This isn't about convenience or loneliness. It's about unfinished emotional business. There is a sense of what if that follows them, a feeling that the story was interrupted before it reached its natural depth. They feel that something mutual was left unresolved, and that realization stirs a desire to return, not to take, but to offer what they failed to give before. However, this card does not ignore the shift that has occurred within you. The Two of Cups is about balance, and right now, balance has been restored in your favor. You no longer stand in emotional uncertainty. You are clear about what you give and what you require in return. This card shows that if a reunion were to occur, it could only happen on equal ground. The days of overgiving, waiting, or hoping in silence are gone. You are no longer willing to meet someone who cannot meet you back. Emotionally, the Two of Cups highlights mutual vulnerability. If they return, it won't be with surface-level conversation or half-hearted gestures. This card demands openness, truth, and emotional presence. It suggests that they would have to acknowledge the depth of what you shared and speak honestly about what went wrong. Anything less would feel hollow to you now, and the universe knows that. There is also a powerful message here about choice. The Two of Cups does not force union. It invites it. It presents a mirror and asks both people to look clearly. Do your values align now? As growth occurred on both sides, is the love being offered something that nourishes you, or is it simply familiar? These are the questions this card quietly places in your hands. Spiritually, the Two of Cups speaks of soul contracts. This connection entered your life to teach you how mutual love should feel, balanced, respectful, and emotionally safe. Whether this person returns or not, the lesson remains with you. You now recognize what real connection looks like, and you will no longer accept less. The Two of Cups makes one truth unmistakable. Yes, love still exists here, but love alone is not the deciding factor anymore. Respect, effort, and emotional maturity now stand beside it. They may want another chance because they feel the pull of what you share, but this card confirms that if there is a future, it will only unfold if it honors who you have become. The connection can be reborn, but only if it rises as an equal exchange, not a repetition of the past. As judgment speaks into this connection, it does not come with softness or excuses. It comes with truth. This card reveals that someone from your past has reached a moment they cannot escape anymore. They are being confronted by their own actions, their own silence, and the choices they made when they had you. Judgment is the energy of awakening. And for them, that awakening is not gentle. It is loud in the heart, restless in the mind, and heavy with realization. They are finally seeing the full picture, not just what they lost, but why they lost it. Judgment shows that this person is replaying moments again and again, wishing they had spoken differently, chosen differently, valued you when they had the chance. This isn't nostalgia, this is accountability. They understand now that what ended wasn't just a relationship, but an opportunity they may never encounter again. And the hardest part for them is knowing that this realization came late, after you had already begun to rise from the ashes of disappointment and pain. This card also reveals the courage it took for you to reach this stage. Judgment doesn't only call them forward, it calls you forward too. You have been through a period of emotional evaluation, shedding old versions of yourself that accepted less than you deserved. You faced your own truth, healed what hurt, and stepped into clarity. That's why the power dynamic has shifted. You are no longer standing in uncertainty. You are standing in awareness. And awareness changes everything. Judgment shows that they are now considering reaching out, confessing, or reopening a door they once closed. But this isn't driven by ego anymore. It's driven by the fear of permanent loss. They feel you slipping beyond their reach, not because you disappeared, but because you evolved. They sense that if they don't speak now, the silence may become final. This is why their energy feels urgent, emotional, and heavy with unspoken words. At the same time, judgment makes one thing very clear. A second chance does not mean a reset. If they return changed, or they don't return at all. This card does not support repeating old cycles. It demands honesty, responsibility, and transformation. Empty apologies won't survive here. Half-truths won't pass. If they want another chance, they must face who they were and who they need to become. For you, judgment is empowerment. It reminds you that forgiveness does not require reunion, and closure does not require access. You get to decide what role, if any, this person plays in your future. The card confirms that you are no longer reacting, you are choosing, and that choice is sacred. There is also a spiritual layer here. Judgment suggests that this connection was karmic, meant to teach lessons rather than guarantee permanence. It arrived to wake you up to your worth, your boundaries, and your inner strength. And now, as the lesson completes, the universe asks one final question. Do you step forward into something new, or do you allow the past to return only if it meets you at your level? Judgment does not pressure you. It simply illuminates the truth. They want another chance because they finally see your value. But the card makes it clear, recognition after loss is not the same as respect during presence. And now, standing in your clarity, you hold the power to decide what resurrection truly means for your heart.